Welcome to Alexander's Kitchen again. Today what we're going to make is Taramosalata. That is tarama and salata is salad. What the Greeks do is they make this for fasting during Easter. It is carp roe, which is carp fish eggs, and it comes in a jar that you can get either at Trader Joe's or one of your Mediterranean delis. What we're going to do with that is we're going to empty the contents of the whole thing into your mix master. That way you can have lots of, well, I'm going to make half this jar today because there's way too much in this. I usually get the smaller jar. So what we got here, we start on a nice slow. I'm going to add a little lemon juice, just let it start fermenting. And you let this beat down until it gets to a nice light pink. What I've done is I've also have 4 loaves of bread that I let get very stale. And what you do with the 4 loaves of bread is after they're stale, you cut the crust off, and you do not throw away the crust because you will use that down the road. So as I cut the crust off, I will be using the inside and try to get all the crust off because you don't want any of the crust to alter the color, and also because it will be very hard. So this is 3 loaves of bread. I take the crust pieces and I throw them in another bowl, which I will use later for dipping. Yum, yum, yum. In order to get this going a little bit better, what I'll add is the garlic sauce. Yum, yum, yum. 2 tablespoons. I don't want to overpower it. And then, of course, my 1 chopped onion, which is finely grated. So what makes this is the olive oil and the lemon juice that you make. And the way you put this together is you have a bowl of lukewarm water. It's a big bowl of water. I'll put it right here. Garlic is done with. I still want to get this nice and grated down a little bit so that it mixes in. And you can add a little olive oil. You want it to get pasty. And you can add lemon juice. And you get this to a nice fine little paste. Once this all mixes together, what you'll start doing is taking the bread, soaking it in the water, squeezing it out, and putting it in your mixture. And you keep the mix master going. You keep on feeding your wonderful roe round and round. The beautiful thing about this is that it's extremely healthy. You get a lot of omega-3s, you get a lot of protein. You can put this, after it's done, made in jars with a little bit of olive oil on top and cap them and put them in the refrigerator, and they'll last up to 6 months. I have enough here to probably make 1 more whole batch of this. So that's another 3 loaves of bread and all this olive oil and lemon juice. Get this going on a higher. I really want to pulp this down and make it into a mush, a pink, nice little pink. And get it mixed. This is the secret of making this, is to take your time and get this all nice and beaten. Greeks have been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, making this dish. It's a wonderful dish. It's very good and very healthy for you. And I guess now we're almost ready to start putting in our bread. And like I said, you soak the bread into the water, you let it fill up, you squeeze it out, because you don't want to get it too mushy and wet in there. And if it does start getting too mushy and wet, you just add one of those pieces of bread without. And then you just start breaking it up and throwing it in here. There you go. And you take another piece of bread and do the same thing. Squeeze the excess water out and then just slowly put it in. So, you keep doing this by adding a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of olive oil. And you just keep on mixing away at this so that it all combines and gets all together into a nice, it'll turn into a nice creamy paste. So, I will continue this. It'll take probably half hour to 45 minutes to get this all in. You want to get all your bread, all your lemon juice, and all your olive oil in here. Do not add any salt or any other spices. It does not require it at all. When I come back, I'll show you a finished product and what you do with it. So, folks, here we are back again. We've added all the bread, the olive oil, the lemon juice, and this thing is, as long as your consistency is nice and tasty, and there's no clumps in it, and it smells like heaven, and it tastes better yet, then you can actually shut it off. And here's the trick of what you do with these wonderful bread ends that you shaved off the bread. Just like this. Kali Oreksi. Oh, and if you all were wondering what was I doing with all these remaining leaves of lettuce, here's another way for a practical application on how to eat this. I can't even speak, it's so good. Oh, it's light, it's lemony. It doesn't have a fish taste to it at all. And you put these in jars with a little bit of olive oil on top that lasts in the refrigerator. So now, it's really Snigasas and Kali Oreksi.